the fantasy fight that we never thought would happen, Canelo versus Jake Paul, appears to be happening in May, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Before we get into it, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for me. Let's get into all this news. There has been a lot of Canelo news the past few days, but none may be bigger than the fact that the guy that Canelo said is a joke and he would never fight and it's ridiculous is Canelo versus Jake Paul. Now, obviously, on paper, this is a complete mismatch. Even though Jake Paul is a bit bigger, Canelo is one of the greatest boxers of all time, and he is still in the late stages of his prime. I would say it's kind of like a LeBron-esque kind of thing, you know. He's still amazing, just not quite at his peak. And Jake Paul, we know, YouTuber turned professional boxer, has only really fought old, washed MMA fighters. But for the longest time, Jake Paul has said he is going to get a Conor McGregor fight and he's going to get a Canelo fight. And it seems like it's going to fucking happen, which is insane. Honestly, I thought Canelo would never do it. But I think that this is a perfect angle for Canelo to take, being I'm getting revenge for Mike Tyson. I'm going to end this shit and put Jake Paul to bed, and he will never box again. And for Jake Paul, obviously this is like you're probably cashing yourself out. I mean, he could fight the MMA fighters and whatever celebrities he wants to fight after this, but as far as his aspirations of competing at an elite level, this would be him cashing himself out in a fight with Canelo. It would be a fight against a top pound for pound guy and the biggest guy in this generation post Mayweather. So for him, there would not be anything else left trying to get fights with legit boxers. Obviously, for both of these guys, this is going to be a fucking massive payday. And as many people that watched Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, I think this fight might be able to beat it, or at least come close, because it is still going to have that crossover appeal with multiple generations, because all of the Tyson fans that wanted Tyson to so badly knock Jake Paul out are going to be like, oh shit, Canelo's fighting Jake Paul? I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out by Canelo. Let's fucking go. And now, I hate to be this guy. I hate to do this because it's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But what if? What if Jake Paul lands something? Like, it's a fight at the end of the day, and you always have to ask that question. Underdogs win for a reason, because anything can happen in combat sports. Anyone can get knocked out. Now, Canelo obviously has never been knocked out, has never even been dropped, and has probably the best chin. As good of a chin as you can have in boxing, Canelo has it. Granite chin. Eats every clean shot. He is a little bit older. He is slowing down a little bit. What if? You gotta ask what if. Just let's play in a fantasy world for a second. Imagine the absolute hysteria in the boxing world if this was to happen. Now, I guess the thing I could compare it to, actually, you know what? There's two ways this could go. This could go the Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury way. I'm not saying Jake Paul is as good of a fighter as Francis Ngannou. Just listen to me for a second. I just mean from the idea that Jake Paul could look good in a losing effort. Again, 99% chance that he doesn't look good and just gets absolutely obliterated. But there's a chance he could look good. Or it could go the Francis Ngannou, Anthony Joshua route, and Canelo's just like, you know what, fuck this, and bombs Jake Paul away into a coma. That's the most likely scenario. Canelo will be able to do whatever he wants with Jake Paul. It's just a matter of when he wants to take him out. There's the whole idea that Mayweather carried Conor throughout that fight, and then I think he finished him in the eighth or ninth round. Canelo could do that. Canelo could do the dance for a little bit and just try to wear Jake out, you know, roll off some shots, let Jake gas out a bit. Or he could go out there and just destroy Jake. But that is probably the more risky route, because if you're going to throw bombs, you're going to possibly leave yourself open for something. And at the end of the day, Canelo is one of the greatest of all time, but he is a smart boxer, and that thought is always in your mind of what if, anything can happen. I'm not invincible, so let me maybe go the smart route with this and throw some body shots, wear him down for a few rounds, and then go for the finish. We'll see. Then again, I just have to do it. What if Jake Paul wins? Be fucking insane. It's not gonna happen, but the odds are probably gonna be so lopsided. You might as well just throw a little 5 or 10 piece on it, see what happens. The question on the screen right there: how long would Canelo versus Paul last? Honestly, I don't think Canelo's gonna go out there and just run through him because, like I said, he's gonna play it the smart route and just kind of wear him down for a little bit. So I would say this probably goes. I would say it goes over 3 rounds. I think somewhere in like the fourth or fifth round is when Canelo would turn it up and take Jake out. But I don't think this is gonna be like a 1 or 2 round walkthrough, knock him out for Canelo. Jake is a big dude at the end of the day. I guess they would probably do the fight at like cruiserweight, or some type of catch weight, because I don't think Jake is getting below like 185. But we'll see. This is crazy. It really is crazy. Of all the boxers, I really never thought Canelo would do one of these fights, but it's a perfect angle for him. Like I said, Jake Paul just beat Mike Tyson, who is beloved by pop culture and boxing alike. So he can take the angle of, yes, I'm getting this fat payday, but that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about, people. I'm going to put this guy to bed. But obviously, he's just going to get a fat payday for the easiest fight of his life. So we'll see what happens. Let me know how long you guys think Jake Paul would last in a ring with Canelo. Also, do you think that Jake Paul earns some type of respect from the boxing community for taking this fight? Do they finally say, you know what, props for stepping in there, you gave it a good effort, and you've earned some respect? Or do they still, treat him like shit and just say this is a freak show fight, fuck him, he is taking one of our best stars and putting him in this fantasy fight, we don't like it. I think that's probably what happens. I don't think Jake Paul can really do anything to gain their respect unless, like I said, he goes in there and has a solid performance against Canelo, which is very unlikely. Let me know what you guys think. How long does this fight last? Who wins? Does Jake Paul ever land anything on Canelo? All the questions you can think of. Let me know what you think down below. Like, comment, and subscribe for me, and I will see you in the next one.